This right here is, I'm gonna put the picture right here because it just escaped my mind, but I think it's Yuzu Tropical Yuzu, something like that. I think it's Bob, maybe it's the brand, I don't remember, but yeah, it smells like, I would say like a pineapple, like sour pineapple is what the smell tells me. And I think I've had a yuzu drink before. I don't even know what yuzu is actually. Like I've had yuzu before, but I think it was yuzu something else, right? And I did not like it. Alright, so it's the citrus. Yeah. It tastes, I guess, what yuzu tastes like. Like in between a lemon and like between like a lemon and maybe a sour orange. But not like super sour. I would say it's a little bit too sour for me when it comes to like a drink like this. But I can see myself fixing this very, very easily by just putting in some vitamin, like I have from GOM, a vitamin C orange flavor thing, and that is pretty sweet. So I just need to put in like, I mean in a batch, because when you do this, you do like I do a 1.5 liter at a time. So probably like half a teaspoon into 1.5 liter. I think it would fix the sourness while not affecting the flavor too much. Because anyways, so it's okay. Let's do some comments, since it was quite a long while since I did these. Okay. By Lazul. Keto is probably less expensive. And that was on drink review, clean drink, friska bär. And with me talking about, I wanted to see how much does a month of keto costs for us. And we're tracking it this month compared to how it was before. And keto is going to be less expensive than it was before, because every month we ate probably enough for like 4 or 5 people. Like I probably ate enough for one adult and 2 children, while my mom ate enough for 1 adult and 1 child. So obviously that is very expensive. I'm pretty sure that if we were to just eat normal amount of food, the things before that diet would probably be the cheapest. But we want to see, how much this keto thing actually costs. Valerie Chin Azang, show us some used one. A wear and tear update. And that was an unboxing luminous glow in the dark 6.2 inch dual pussy and ass stroker. Then I can also, since Valerie Chin Azang also said, do a review during use, ? And that was on my toy review, Audacious like Pro Vibrating Blowjob Masturbator. And I let a comment, pay me for audio review, then maybe, yeah. Since, someone on Discord contacted me and wanted something very similar to this. So it's kind of like, I told them, I'm willing to do that, fucking pay me first. Like $20 and I'll do it for you. So it's for you as well, Valerie. Which I assume is the same person. Let's see. Lazul, nice. Oh yeah, that was on the part 27. Let's see here. Brandon HP. I exclusively use AI to generate Coomer shit, but you can do some real cool stuff with it. And that was on my Let's Play Pokemon Inclement Emerald part 28, the live stream. And yeah, and that was something like, oh my god, I never thought about doing like lewd stuff and stuff like that with an AI. Like that thing never came into my mind. Like try and do like lewd art. Probably not gonna do it since I don't know. Like isn't really that interesting to me. Maybe in the future we'll see. Like maybe I'll look up and see like some examples of what these things can do. But at the moment, I'm having a little bit of a hard time like getting what I want from these, but it is actually pretty interesting. Like I think I've done like 10 different things, when I was trying to do, these like emojis or emblems for, the membership. Out of all of them, I decided only to add one since I can only add one more emoji off. No, wait, have I used up all my emoji slots? I think so. I think at the amount of memberships I have right now, I can only have 4. And I think if I get one more, I can add another emoji. I think. Let's see. Yes. I need one more to be able to add one more emoji. So I do think that in the future, probably gonna do like these emojis like AI generated. Unless someone decides, you know what? This is something really good. It's in the size that an emoji could be. Use it if you want. Then I'll be like, alright, if it's good enough, I'll use it. Otherwise, when it comes to creating my own, I'm gonna be using the AI. So that is that. That is that. I hate how I say that all the time. Like I've noticed me saying that is that when like something is like done in my mind. Did you generate a self-portrait image with AI? Comment from Lazul on part 29 of Inclement Emerald. And yes, I did. It was with Dream AI, and I just used like a picture I had, like a crop that I use when I do, like on the podcast, like I like using different images and all that for all the topics, and I like, like I don't know, would it be called photoshopping? I don't know. Image editing, my face on stuff. And I used one of those PNGs I had, put it in Dream AI, and I think I picked like psychedelic, and I just put Andreas Peahc as the keywords, wanted to see what it did, and I think it created that, if I remember correctly. Spikes is really OP, comment by Lazul on part 29, and yeah, Spikes is pretty good. I would say Spikes is probably really good in Inclement Emerald, if when you're up against gym leaders and all that. The thing is, against me, Spikes really isn't a problem since I'm using bird Pokemon and most of them are flying. So Spikes and Toxic Spike just doesn't affect my Pokemon. Or didn't affect my Pokemon. The thing that I was like, oh god, I guess a little bit more worried about would be Stealth Rocks. Thankfully, I didn't really have like any Pokemon that were 2 times weak to Stealth Rock, so I didn't take 50% damage from that. I only take 25 on most of my Pokemon. But yeah, if I had to switch out more, then it would have been a problem. Well, not with Spikes, but with other entry hazards. Let's see. Balazul on part 29. I didn't like this OST, but it's good you showcase them. Interesting as Zelda game has met OST, but after Breath of the Wild, I'm not that surprised. They have peaked in that music department. Okay, does that mean that Breath of the Wild does not have good background, like original soundtrack? Or do you mean that Breath of the Wild was the peak of their music? Because isn't Breath of the Wild like the latest Zelda? Breath of the Wild 2016, while Link's Awakening, is that was that before I was born, or was it yeah, so Link's Awakening came out before I was even born, like 3 years. And that is what the music I used from, so yeah, okay, I assume you mean that Breath of the Wild was bad, and that's why you're not surprised. Okay, yeah, that's how this sentence is. That, yeah, I mean, Link's Awakening 1993, so I guess they have had some bad OSTs all for a long time. But I mean, it makes sense. When you have so many games, you know, some songs are not going to be hitters. I mean, I don't think, even though I'd really like the Ocarina of Time soundtrack, I think I prefer Majora's Mask. Not all of the songs are like good, not all of the background, and a lot of it also depends on entirely on, well, the atmosphere of, you know, the room. Like if you're in a hub and you're talking to the princess, like sometimes that type of music might be like, it's not the best. I don't really, but it really makes sense for the environment that it normally would be in, and not in, you know, Pokemon battles. But for part 30, like the last part, the gym fights and all that, actually used Emerald background music, and I tried to make it so that it would be the same as it would be normally in game, where I used, you know, Elite Four and Champion Wallace music in the right positions and all that. I tried. How successful it's gonna end up being for people, I don't know, but it's what I try to do. So, thank you for, I was about to say, so that is that. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.